Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. DC TechNet is your own channel, so do like, share and subscribe. It motivates us to create new and better content. So let's see what we have today. Today we are going to configure Active Directory sites and services, and it will be a real life example. So the agenda is pretty simple. We'll understand our customers' requirements. Then we have a plan, so we'll understand the plan. Then we'll execute it and we'll configure IP subnet, we'll configure site link, and we'll test Active Directory replication. So this is a completely lab oriented session today. So let us understand the end result or our customers' requirements. So we will be working for one of our customer name, Tailspin Toys Corporation. So let's understand what this Tailspin Toys Corporation or this company is all about. This Tailspin Toys Corporation is a leading toy manufacturer in France, which is founded in 1987. The company is known for producing high quality and innovative toys for children of all ages. The company has a single manufacturing facility in Paris. The product portfolio includes games, puzzles, preschool toys, dolls, action figures and outdoor toys. The company has a strong distribution network in France and export its products to over 30 countries. So this is the brief background of Tailspin Toys. Now there are some business expansion plans for this company. Now, as a part of the business expansion plan, the company will set up a new facility in Madrid, Spain, and our task involves configuring a domain controller and setting up Active Directory sites and services to integrate the new plant in our existing IT infrastructure. So this process includes installing and configuring a new domain controller, establishing a secure network connection, and ensuring seamless replication and authentication services across two sites, that is Paris and Madrid. So let us understand the plan now, how we are going to execute. So the company here already have a domain name named tailspintoys.com, and it has a domain controller in Paris, and it has already configured another domain controller in our Paris location named Madrid DC. So eventually this Madrid DC will be shifted to our new Madrid location. So the network is already set up. The internet or the network is already set up for these two sites. So in our last session we saw how to configure a Windows server as a router. So everything is well set up now. So we have a test laptop which is able to talk with the Paris domain controller. So the entire networking part is done. So we have already set up a network, a secure network between the Paris say location and our Madrid location. Now our task includes to create a new Active Directory site, configure IP subnet, configure site link, and last but not the least, what we'll do is we will turn off the Madrid domain controller and then ship it to Madrid site, change the IP address, and after changing the IP address we will test the Active Directory replication between Paris domain controller and Madrid domain controller. So let us execute our plan and configure Active Directory site. Welcome to the labs. Now we have logged on to Paris DC and we have 4 systems. Paris DC, this is the router. We have Madrid DC and this is our test laptop. Now we have already configured this router and we know that this router is working absolutely fine. So first and foremost, let us open up Active Directory and see that we have 2 domain controllers over here, Paris DC and Madrid DC. So let us see what we are going to configure in this lab. So first and foremost, we are going to configure, or we are going to rename the default first site name to Paris site. Then we are going to rename default first site link to Paris to Madrid link. Then we'll configure IP subnet. Then we'll create new Active Directory site named Madrid site for our Madrid location. Then we'll move our Madrid domain controller to Madrid site, check the DNS status, and we'll check the the Active Directory replication. So this is the agenda for this lab. So let us open up Active Directory sites and services, and the first step is to rename this default first site link to Paris to Madrid link, just for our understanding. Paris to Madrid link. Then what we'll do is we will, if you expand default first site name, and we'll have 2 domain controllers. So right now both the domain controllers are under one site, that is default first site name. So the first thing is we will rename this site to Paris site. So after renaming this site, we will create one more site, new site, Madrid site, and we will use this site link to connect Paris and Madrid site. So right now we have renamed the site link, we have renamed the default first site, and we have created one more site. Now what we'll do, we will go ahead and create 2 subnets or 2 networks, one for Paris site and another for Madrid site. So let me go to IP over here, subnet, right click, new subnet 192.168.100.0/24. This is the subnet for our Paris site, and we'll create one more subnet 172.16.0.0/24. This will be for our Paris location or Paris site. So they've done everything. Now the last step is to move our, say, Madrid DC to our Madrid location. So it's very simple. Right click, move to Madrid site. So right now we have, say, two sites, and both the sites have servers now. Now what we'll do, we will change the subnet of our Madrid server to 172.16. Right now it is in VMnet 8. We'll simply change it to VMnet 5. So we have to assume over here that we have turned off this server, this particular server, and shipped it to our Madrid location. So let us change the IP now of this server. So it will be 172.16.0. Let's say 90, and 172.16.0.1, and the preferred DNS would be 172.16.0.90, and alternate will be 192.168.100.100. So we have changed the IP address of our say Madrid DC as well as the DNS entries. Just click OK. OK. Now let us open up DNS right over here and check the status. Let me open up Server Manager. Now we can perform this activity again on any domain controller. So we have this tailspin toys, and over here the IP has been changed. If you see over here, the IP has been changed. Let us look at the same on our Paris DC. Tools, DNS. Fantastic, it has been changed over here as well. Now what we'll do, just for testing purpose, we'll try to ping, say, Madrid DC from Paris DC. Ping 172.16.0.90, and it is working perfectly fine. So we have successfully configured Active Directory, sites and services. Now what we'll do is we will, say, create some users on Paris DC and check if those users are getting created on our Madrid domain controller. So without wasting any time, I've just created a script to, say, create bulk users and check the output. Now the bulk users will be created in this OU named test. Right now we don't see anything over here. So let us just run down the script. So if you want this bulk user creation script, we have a detailed video on, say, importing bulk users using, say, CSV file and the PowerShell integrated scripting environment. So script went successful. Let me refresh it. Perfect. So we are able to see some users over here. So let us see if these users are reflected on our Madrid location. So I'm opening up Active Directory on our Madrid site, expand it, test. Okay, it's still not, say, replicated. So what we'll do, we'll open up the command prompt and we will force the replication. We'll sync all. With no errors, it's saying it's finished with no errors. So let's refresh it. Still not working. So what we'll do, we will go ahead and will not waste time. We'll force it using Active Directory sites and services itself. We'll right click, replicate now. Entity settings, right click, we'll click on replicate now. Here we go. So it will take some time for replication as it's a lab environment. So we have successfully configured Active Directory sites and services, and we also say check the replication. So let us summarize today's session. So today we configured new site in Active Directory. So first of all, we understood the customer's requirements, we understood the lab setup, and we configured IP subnet, site link. We moved our domain controller to the Madrid site, and we successfully tested Active Directory replication. So thank you for joining today's session. If you feel this channel is helping you to learn anything new, do like, share and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.